The Conjuring, directed by James Wan and released in 2013, is widely regarded as one of the most terrifying horror films ever made. Its chilling tale of a family haunted by dark forces and the paranormal investigators who try to help them captured the imagination of audiences worldwide. But what makes The Conjuring truly spine-tingling is that it's based on real events. This is the true story of the Perron family's horrifying experiences in the 1970s and the efforts of Ed and Lorraine Warren to uncover and confront the supernatural forces tormenting them. The Perron family, a new beginning turns into a nightmare. In January 1971, Roger and Carolyn Perron purchased a sprawling 14-room farmhouse in Harrisville, Rhode Island, with hopes of giving their 5 daughters, Andrea, Nancy, Christine, Cindy, and April, a fresh start. Known as the Arnold Estate, the house was built in 1736 and was steeped in history. The Perrons were drawn to the property's rustic charm and spacious grounds. However, the family was unaware of the tragic and violent events that had occurred there over the centuries. The house had reportedly been the site of numerous deaths, including suicides, drownings, and murders. Local folklore whispered of curses tied to the land. Soon after moving in, the Perrons began experiencing strange and unsettling events. At first, these occurrences seemed minor. Objects would go missing or be found in unusual places, doors would creak open and shut on their own, and faint whispers could be heard late at night. The daughters reported seeing apparitions of people dressed in old-fashioned clothing. Some spirits appeared kind and harmless, while others exuded a malevolent presence. The malevolent presence of Bathsheba Sherman. As the activity in the house escalated, one name became synonymous with the haunting: Bathsheba Sherman. According to local legends, Bathsheba was a woman who lived on the property in the 1800s and was accused of practicing witchcraft. It was said she sacrificed an infant to Satan, though there was no concrete evidence to prove these claims. The Perrons believed Bathsheba's spirit was the source of the most terrifying activity in the house. Carolyn, in particular, became her primary target. Carolyn reported waking up with mysterious bruises on her body and experiencing moments of paralysis. She would feel an icy presence in the room, and at times she said she could hear a voice hissing in her ear. Bathsheba's spirit seemed to harbor a special hatred for Carolyn, possibly viewing her as a threat to her dominion over the house. Desperate for help, enter Ed and Lorraine Warren. By 1973, the Perrons were living in constant fear. Desperate for answers, they reached out to Ed and Lorraine Warren, a husband and wife team of paranormal investigators. The Warrens were already well known for their work on high-profile cases, including the Amityville haunting. When the Warrens arrived at the Arnold Estate, Lorraine immediately sensed a dark and oppressive energy surrounding the property. Using her clairvoyant abilities, she claimed to see a malevolent presence tied to the house, with Bathsheba Sherman at its center. The Warrens believed that the Perrons were dealing with a demonic infestation rather than a typical haunting. According to their research, the land had been cursed, and Bathsheba's spirit had become an agent of evil. The investigation and the seance. The Warrens conducted a thorough investigation of the property, documenting their findings through interviews, recordings, and photographs. They observed objects moving on their own, strange noises echoing through the house, and unexplained temperature drops. One of the most intense moments of the investigation occurred during a seance conducted by Lorraine Warren. The seance was meant to communicate with Bathsheba's spirit and banish her from the house. During the seance, Carolyn Perron reportedly became possessed. Andrea Perron, the eldest daughter, described the horrifying scene. "My mother began to speak in a voice that was not her own. Her body twisted and contorted in ways that seemed impossible. At one point, Carolyn was said to have been thrown across the room by an unseen force." The seance left the family shaken. The Warrens advised them to leave the house, but financial constraints made it impossible for the Perrons to move. Living with the haunting. For nearly a decade, the Perrons endured relentless paranormal activity. While some spirits in the house seemed benign or even protective, Others were violent and dangerous. The family learned to live with the haunting, though it took a toll on their emotional and physical well-being. Andrea Perron later recounted that certain areas of the house, such as the basement, were particularly active. The family avoided the basement at all costs, as it was often the source of loud bangs, unsettling noises, and a chilling sense of dread. Despite the Warrens' intervention, the haunting continued until the Perrons finally moved out of the house in 1980. The Conjuring, bringing the story to life. The Perron story became widely known after Andrea Perron published a series of memoirs titled House of Darkness, House of Light. These books detailed the family's experiences in harrowing detail and caught the attention of filmmakers. James Wan's The Conjuring took the essence of the Perron story and adapted it into a terrifying film. While some elements were fictionalized for dramatic effect, the core of the movie remained true to the family's real-life experiences. The film's success not only solidified the Warrens' reputation as paranormal investigators, but also reignited interest in the Perrons' haunting and the legend of Bathsheba Sherman. The legacy of fear. The Arnold Estate, now known as the Conjuring House, continues to be a place of fascination for paranormal enthusiasts. Over the years, ghost hunters and investigators have visited the property, claiming to experience unexplained phenomena. The Perron's story, as well as the Warrens' involvement, has sparked debates about the existence of the supernatural. Skeptics argue that the events could be explained by psychological factors or environmental conditions, while believers see the case as undeniable proof of dark forces at work. Whether you believe in the paranormal or not, the true story behind The Conjuring is a haunting reminder of humanity's fascination with the unknown. It is a tale of fear, resilience, and the lengths people will go to protect their loved ones from forces they cannot understand. Final thoughts. The Conjuring has left an indelible mark on the horror genre, but it's the real-life events that continue to captivate and terrify audiences. The Perron family's experiences and the Warrens' investigation remind us that sometimes the scariest stories are the ones that are true. Thank you for joining me in uncovering the chilling true story behind The Conjuring. If you enjoyed this tale, please like, comment, and subscribe for more spine-tingling stories. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe.